Today we'll be replacing the screen on an Apple iPad Air. This repair will take about 30 to 45 minutes. Required tools: Phillips screwdriver, metal spudger, plastic opening tool, tweezers, metal blade, and a heat gun. Wear safety glasses to protect your eyes from any glass shaken free during the repair, and be sure to wear an anti-static wrist strap to prevent static charges in the device. Before disassembling your iPad, be sure it is powered off. Use the heat gun at the lowest setting to heat the frame and border of the device near the top corners. When using the heat gun, be careful not to leave it heating in one area for too long. Consistently move the heat gun when using. As the edges may be cool and not warm to the touch anymore, reheat is needed for easier separation. Pull up slightly as you get close to the front-facing camera and work your way around while sliding the metal spudger. Now heat the left side of the iPad, being sure to use consistent movement as to not overheat. Now slide the metal spudger on the left side of the iPad, releasing the adhesive as you go. When sliding the metal spudger underneath the glass, be sure to avoid the two antennas, the home button cavity, and the digitizer cable. Apply heat to the right side of the iPad and lift the digitizer like a page in a book and rest it on your workspace. Be cautious not to remove the digitizer as it is still connected by flex cables to the logic board. Remove the following Phillips screws securing the LCD. 3 4.mm Phillips screws, 1 4.8mm Phillips screw. Flip the iPad LCD like a page in a book, lifting near the camera and turning it over the home button end of the rear case. Remove the 3 1.4mm Phillips screws from the display cable bracket. Use the flat end of a spudger to gently pry the display cable bracket straight up from the logic board. Now remove the LCD. Use a plastic tool to carefully pop the two digitizer cable connectors straight up from their sockets. If present, remove the piece of electrical tape covering the home button ribbon cable. Use a plastic opening tool to flip up the retaining flap on the home button ribbon cable ZIV connector. Use a pair of tweezers to pull the home button ribbon cable straight out of its socket in the logic board. Use your fingers to carefully remove the home button ribbon cable and then if your home button flex cable is still connected to the digitizer, slightly heat the adhesive and remove it. Insert the home button along with the home button flex cable. Use the metal spudger to clean and scrape the old adhesive and any glass off of the device edges. If the frame is bent, do your best to bend it back into shape. If you are still having trouble, please contact Werx for assistance. Apply new adhesive throughout the entire device's housing. Reconnect the two digitizer connections and make sure the flex cables are properly aligned before snapping back into place, and gently push on connections until they connect. Reconnect the LCD connector. Insert the 3 Phillips screws to secure the LCD connector into place. Now flip the LCD and digitizer back into place to perform a small test. Now flip back the digitizer and insert the 4 Phillips screws to secure the LCD into place. Remove the plastic from the adhesive strips around the housing of the iPad. Use the air blower to remove lint and dust particles. Make sure to also remove the protective plastic from the back of the new digitizer and carefully fold the digitizer back into place. Before completely closing the digitizer, make sure to fold and push the digitizer cable back inside the iPad. Run your fingers along the sides, being sure the assembly slips evenly into frame.